Here is my Security News Roundup for the week ending May 19th, 2023. Google to start purging accounts that have been inactive for 2 years. In a blog post, the Mountain View-based firm announced a change in its inactive account policy. Back in 2020, the company said it would remove content stored in an inactive account, but would keep the account. According to the blog, Google says it will now delete accounts along with the content if the account has been inactive for 2 years or longer. It appears this move is based on user data security. The tech giant claims that unused accounts are more likely to be compromised due to a variety of factors. Some examples given include a lack of two-factor authentication and security checks. Read more at androidauthority.com. Parents can now stalk their kids with new Uber features. Uber announced a whole host of updates and upgrades to its app and platform at its annual Go Get product showcase event today, including a new feature for teens, family profiles, Uber car seat, and more. The teens feature, which will launch on May 22nd in more than a dozen cities in the US and Canada, allows parents of those ages 13 to 17 the ability to contact drivers directly during a trip, ensure that only highly rated drivers pick up their kids, report issues on behalf of their teen. Drivers can also opt out of chauffeuring teens. Read more at Mashable.com. U.S. offers a $10 million bounty for capture of notorious Russian ransomware operator. A Russian national has been charged and indicted by the U.S. Department of Justice for launching ransomware attacks against thousands of victims in the country and across the world. These victims include law enforcement and government agencies, hospitals, and schools, DOJ said. Total ransom demands allegedly made by the members of these 3 global ransomware campaigns to their victims amounted to as much as $400 million, while total victim ransom payments amounts to as much as $200 million. Matt V. has been charged with conspiring to transmit ransom demands, conspiring to damage protected computers, and intentionally damaging protected computers. If convicted, which is unlikely, he faces over 20 years in prison. Read more at thehackernews.com. Searching for AI tools? Watch out for rogue sites distributing red line malware. Malicious Google search ads for generative AI services like OpenAI ChatGPT and Midjourney are being used to direct users to sketchy websites as part of a bat loader campaign designed to deliver red line stealer malware. Both AI services are extremely popular but lack first-party standalone apps, i.e. user interfaces with ChatGPT via their web interface, while Midjourney uses Discord, E. Sentieri said in an analysis. This vacuum has been exploited by threat actors looking to drive AI app seekers to imposter web pages, promoting fake apps. Read more at thehackernews.com. This cybercrime syndicate pre-infected over 8.9 million Android phones. A cybercrime enterprise known as Lemon Group is leveraging millions of pre-infected Android smartphones worldwide to carry out their malicious operations, posing significant supply chain risks. The infection turns these devices into mobile proxies, tools for stealing and selling SMS messages, social media and online messaging accounts, and monetization via advertisements and click fraud, cybersecurity firm Trend Micro said. The activity encompasses no fewer than 8.9 million compromised Android devices, particularly budget phones with the highest concentration of the infections discovered in the US, Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, Russia, South Africa, India, Angola, the Philippines, and Argentina. Read more at thehackernews.com. Apple issues emergency patches for 3 new zero-day vulnerabilities. Apple on Thursday rolled out security updates to iOS, iPad OS, Mac OS, TV OS, Watch OS, and the Safari web browser to address 3 new zero-day flaws that it said are being actively exploited in the wild. There are currently no additional technical specifications about the flaws, the nature of the attacks, or the identity of the threat actors that may be exploiting them. That said, such weaknesses have been historically leveraged as part of highly targeted intrusions to deploy mercenary spyware on the devices of dissidents, journalists, and human rights activists, among others. Update as soon as possible. Read more at thehackernews.com. Montana is the first state to fully ban TikTok. Montana has become the first state to implement a TikTok ban, following heated debates over privacy and national security risks. Governor Greg Gianforte tweeted that the ban has been implemented to protect personal and private data from the Chinese Communist Party. In April, Montana became the first state to pass a bill seeking a complete ban on TikTok, and earlier today, the state's governor put his signature on it, turning it into law. The TikTok ban is supposed to enter legal enforcement starting January 1st, 2024. Read more at /gear.com. This week's must-see on my YouTube channel: how select small towns from all across America affected the history of the U.S. Small in size, but not small in their importance to the history of the U.S. Please check out my playlist on this topic at the link listed. New videos are always being added. Did you know, despite the widely held belief that Jeeps were named such because the U.S. Army referred to them as government purpose or general purpose vehicles, the term Jeep was in use by Army personnel as early as 1914, long before the Jeep, as we know it, was put into service during World War II. The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Thanks to Coretta Scott King. Just thought you might want to know. And that's a wrap for this week's Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching.